Hi friends, and welcome to today's video. So when I moved to Puerto Vallarta, I got a lot of questions such as why did you go to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico? Is it safe to live there? How much does it cost? And I'll answer all of these questions for you today. So let's start with the first one. Why did I go to Puerto Vallarta? The reason is very simple. So my friend Clarice, she decided to go to Mexico, and at that time I was still in Europe and I actually wanted to travel to some countries in Europe such as Portugal and Greece, but it was very difficult with the corona rules at that time. So she asked me, hey, don't you want to come with me to Mexico? And I was like, sure, why not? And she basically picked Puerto Vallarta and I was open-minded to try a new place. So I ended up being here, and honestly I had no idea I would get so attached to this place. I really love Puerto Vallarta. I count it now as one of my homes away from home, or homes around the world. It is really lifestyle here, it's pretty good. There's so many reasons why you should go to Puerto Vallarta, and we're gonna talk more about that at the end of the video. So next question is Puerto Vallarta safe? So when I told everyone in Germany, hey, I'm going to Mexico, the reactions were like, you're gonna get kidnapped, they're gonna steal your organs, you're probably not gonna make it back. Everyone was very scared, very worried of me going to Mexico, and I did a lot of research about this place to make sure that I'm ending up in the right area of the city and I'm actually safe. But Clarice also did a lot of research before she picked this place, so I was very confident that this is a good place to be. Anyways, when I got here, I didn't really know what I can do and what I can't do. I was thinking, are taxis safe? Which taxis are safe? Can I take an Uber, or is that not safe here? Where can I walk? Where can I walk around by myself? Is it safe to walk in the night alone? And all of these things. And I was super scared to take my phone out when I was walking, because I thought if I take anything with me that has value, like my phone or my camera, somebody's gonna steal it. And the reality is, it is not like that. So first thing is, the area close to the water, so that's Cinco de Diciembre, Central and Zona Romantica, are really safe. So there's some areas farther out the city where I don't feel as comfortable as I do here, but everything close to the central area, I would say, is super safe. So I have no fear walking around here by myself. And at night, I do it if there are people on the streets. So that really depends on the day of the week and if there are any events going on. If there are people on the streets, you don't have to worry. And I wouldn't walk lonely streets at night by myself. But that's just something that I don't do in general. I wouldn't do it in the city where I'm from in Germany. I wouldn't do it in London, and I also wouldn't do it in Sydney. So that's more a general thing, but you really don't need to be worried if you explore this area here. And if you get into an area, you can tell pretty fast if you feel comfortable or not. So you can just get yourself an Uber or an in-driver. It takes 3 minutes for the in-driver to arrive and you're out. So if you're worried about safety, then I can tell you that this is a good place to be. Also, I started to get more and more comfortable with taking my phone out while walking the streets, and now it's I send messages on my phone while walking the street and nothing has ever happened. And the only thing that I would say is never leave your stuff unwatched. Don't leave your stuff at the beach and go for a swim. And even when you're in a restaurant, put your bag somewhere where you can see it. Don't leave your stuff unwatched, and you should be fine. I don't have any doubts about taking my camera out or my phone or anything. And of course, that's just my personal opinion. Stuff can get stolen at any place, so always watch your stuff, but you shouldn't be too worried here. So next question. How much does it cost to live in Puerto Vallarta? And that's one of the reasons why I can highly recommend you to come here. Puerto Vallarta is even cheaper than the East Coast, like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and other places. So I live in an apartment that I have all for myself with a big bedroom, bathroom, lounge area, kitchen, balcony, and rooftop terrace. and I pay 730 pesos a night, which is like $30 a night. So you can also live a lot cheaper here. Like, it really depends on like what you're willing to spend. So the other places we stayed in, me and Clarice, they were cheaper than this one. And I just decided to treat myself for the last 2 weeks in Puerto Vallarta and get this beautiful apartment. But like I said, like if you are staying like in different areas, or you have a smaller place, or you share with other people, you can live very, very cheap here. And the same counts for when you're eating out, or like everything is pretty cheap here. For example, if I go into a restaurant and I have a meal and a drink, that can cost me less than 10 bucks. It is that good. Like, if I order a burger at Green Place is a vegan restaurant here in Puerto Vallarta that I often visit for co-working, to see my friends and get some work done and enjoy great food. I order a meal that is maybe $5 or $6, and a coffee or a nice smoothie, which is then maybe $2 or $3. And for everything I don't pay more than 10 bucks, which is pretty amazing. And if I spend hours there, I might order another juice or something like that, and then at the end I don't pay more than 15 bucks. So I think that's pretty amazing, because the food is so good and you only pay this little for it. And it's basically the same everywhere. Like, if you go out and you order a beer, that's maybe 40 pesos, so $2. Margaritas are 70 pesos, that's like $3.50. And everything else, such as cocktails and drinks, are also very affordable. So living in Puerto Vallarta is very affordable. So if you're looking for a place that is beautiful and where you can save some dollars, then this is the place to go. So let's go back to reasons why you should go to Puerto Vallarta. So as we just covered, it is safe and it is very affordable. Other reasons are, it is a tourist destination, but it's by far not as touristy as cities like Cancun or Playa del Carmen. So here you still get that Mexican vibe, and as soon as you walk out of the central area, it is very, very typical Mexican. So you get the touristy places around the water, but you also get the 100% authentic Mexican places. Something that I really like about Puerto Vallarta is the Malecón. So the Malecón is an esplanade that the water is really long. There are lots of palm trees and sculptures and restaurants. It's just a beautiful area to be. Of course, it's like one of the most touristy places, but it's also very beautiful if you want to go out for dinner or for drinks, because there are countless restaurants where you can have dinner and you can watch the sunset. So the sunset here, because we're at the West Coast, is absolutely stunning. You cannot see the sunset as nice at the East Coast. The East Coast is better for sunrises. But here you get stunning sunsets almost every evening. Like, it's amazing. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I met my friends for like a drink or for dinner and we watched the sunset, and it's just stunning every single time we do it. And for some reason, there are fireworks every day. So different locations around the water, you will always see fireworks every day, which is, I think it's nice. Talking about restaurants, there are lots of vegan options here. So if you're vegetarian or vegan, then Puerto Vallarta is also very good for that. Like, when I was in Monterrey for a week, I really had trouble finding a place that has any veggie options, and here it's super simple. So when I arrived, I kind of had to learn what kind of foods I can have, and now where I've been living here for 2 months, it is very, very simple. Like, I know the vegetarian restaurants and the vegan restaurants, which I can link for you down below if you're interested, and any other typical Mexican restaurant has guacamole, which you can have, and it's so tasty. And what I often order as well is just fajitas or burritos with vegetables. So I would just tell them to make some fajitas with vegetables and salsa sauce and just leave the cheese and the meat out, and I have a vegan meal. So it's very simple, it's not complicated at all, and something that I really appreciate here. The nightlife in Puerto Vallarta is also really great. So there are lots of clubs right at the waterfront. and there's so many nice bars here. So I'll link my favorite bars for you down below, because I explored a few, including one that's like a secret bar. Like you can't see from the outside that it's a bar, and inside it's so nice. So link down below. Another reason why I love Puerto Vallarta so much is that there's so many digital nomads. So it's super simple to meet new people and to make friends, and that's honestly the reason why I stayed here for 2 months instead of just 1 month. So I really enjoy the city itself, but the fact that you can make friends here so easily is like one of the main reasons why I stayed here. So I just joined the Facebook group, which is called Digital Nomads Puerto Vallarta, and I went to some meetups, and I basically met all the people that live here for a couple of months or for like a longer period of time, that are all working online, kind of doing the same thing. And that is also something that I always wanted to have when I travel, is meeting like-minded people that are kind of on the same-ish journey. And it also makes you feel more like home, because if you have your job, you have your place, you have your friends, you have your favorite bars and restaurants, it feels much more homey than if you're just vacationing. So I hope I could answer all the questions that you had about Puerto Vallarta. If you have any more questions, just put them down below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you found this content valuable, please don't forget to give a thumbs up, and I really hope to see you again on my next video. Bye guys!